Good morning. How are you? I miss you. You're probably sick of me saying that. Everyone's probably saying that, but it's true. I miss you. Hope you're doing okay in lockdown at your place. We're surviving over here, back to homeschooling or schooling at home in sort of a much more stressful way than we had been doing it because someone else is bossing us around, not me. So it's all good, but it's funny that God has us back here when we're like, okay, we're all done with this. He said no. So trying to have a great attitude about that. I thought with our chat about food and some of our motivations for eating, what better place to have the chat than the kitchen? Everyone's still sleeping. So it's a little bit quiet and it's clean. So hey, here we are. This is Mrs. Ong's kitchen. I'll just give you a little, nothing glamorous, nothing too fun. Here we are. Oh, hi, you're back. So this sheet that you have in your learning guide, you've just been puttering at that. I hope you feel the pace is relaxed. That's my intention in giving you just sort of those little bits to work on throughout the last few weeks. The first section that I wanted you to fill out was the reasons why we eat. So we eat for a number of reasons, which I'm sure you discovered even just thinking about yourself and your family. We just came through Easter. There's a lot of reasons that food goes into our mouth other than our stomach being hungry. And that's okay. I'm not judging. I'm not trying to, I don't have a thesis here, but I do want you to think about when you're going to the fridge or when you're going to the cupboard, why is it that you're doing that? So you do what you want with that information, but at least want you to understand, hey, I just got out of a TA meeting with Mrs. Ong and now I need to pop myself a bag of popcorn. Are you happy? Did the TA meeting go well? Are you stressed because you have a list of things that we talked about that you need to do before the next meeting? So in talking about the reasons we eat, there's so many reasons. It's family, it's Easter. That's what we do when we get together. Some families, it's like, man, that's all we can do without fighting. So we get together, we eat a ton of food, and then everyone goes home. That's what the family gathering looks like. Or we're great cooks and we just enjoy being in the kitchen together. So a lot of our memories are about cooking and eating. I'm part Italian, have some friends who are Portuguese, and that's just a really big part of the culture, and it's really loud too. It's usually a lot of alcohol. It's also a part of the culture. So sometimes why we eat and the way we eat and how much we eat is wrapped up in what we've learned as a family, what we do as a family, a small family, your immediate family, as well as your larger family. So we're just unpacking that. What you do with that information is absolutely your decision, but at least want you to understand that so many times we're eating and it's not because our stomach is growling. It is for many other reasons. Happy, we're celebrating, we're stressed. We just picked up some emails or just saw something on social media that really unraveled us, and we're thinking about that as we're like eating all of the things. So again, it's just awareness. That's what I want. So as you looked at reasons to eat, you probably came up with a whole bunch of them, some really happy and celebratory, some of them less so, anger, loneliness, exhaustion, a feeling of treating yourself at the end of the day, motivation. Those are all reasons that many of us eat. That next section, fast food versus slow food. I'm not going to give you all the answers here. because then you wouldn't do it yourself next time. You'd be smart and go, this is how I was probably going to do a video about this. So I'm just recapping to make sure you understand maybe why we're talking about some of these things and where we're heading. So fast food versus slow food. I hope you looked up slow food, that movement. I hadn't heard of it till a few years ago. I thought it was just, I heard it in an interview and I'm like, slow food? What is slow food? Looked that up, and fascinating movement. Love it. I love everything about that. In response to fast food, in response to our culture that is eating in the car more than ever. I'm sure if you think about what your evenings looked like before COVID, if you can remember, those of you who are really involved in sports or working and who aren't working now, you're rushing places. So there's lots of times, again, there's no judgment, where we're eating in the car. That idea of eating on the run, eating in front of the TV, eating at somewhere other than the kitchen table, looking at other people, using a fork, maybe even a knife, those all have implications. As Jamie Oliver said, hey, if you serve food in a cafeteria and it doesn't require utensils, you're already most likely serving a kind of food that's compromised, right? You're serving pogo dogs, and you're serving hot dogs, and you're serving hamburgers and chicken fingers and fries, things that don't require, like a salad, or soup that doesn't require utensils. So if you haven't looked up slow food, it's actually a movement, and it is a reaction against this idea of fast food, a disconnection from each other. Their premise usually most often is that food is a communal thing. Food is something that we do together. So when we're making it in our homes, maybe it's something we're doing together. We're definitely eating it together. So just thinking about some of those ideas as you fill those out. If you haven't quite got them all filled out, please do that. And we're hopefully talk about these things some more. You'll see where this is heading in the rest of the learning guide. Mindless eating really, again, goes back to, ties in with slow food, ties in with the reasons we eat. So mindless eating happens a lot because we are parked in front of our laptop while we're eating our lunch. And if it didn't come in a lunchbox, if we're just even if we have like a bowl of salad, right? And we'll just say, I'll just eat till I'm, full, and I'll put the lid on it, put it back in the fridge. Or more often, a bowl of popcorn, a bowl of chips. I should make this sound and see if anyone gets it. They'll probably get up now. They have a remarkable, just hearing for that sound, gets them to the kitchen right away. Mindless eating. Often we'll grab a bag of chips, our favorite gummy or sour jujube or something, sit in front of the TV. And I don't know if this has happened to you, where you're just like, oh wow, I feel like a locust that has mowed down a field. Like we have just devoured bowls of chips, cookies, a bowl of ice cream, and and we're still looking around for where's more. That's really mindless eating, as we're parked in front of a laptop, we're parked in front of a screen, and we're just eating, thinking, I'll just stop when I'm full. We often, studies have shown, we're often eating way more than what we normally would if we just scooped something into a small bowl and ate that, and then thought about, am I still hungry? Again, checking in with your stomach versus your head. Your head's gonna say, yes, you're still hungry, because now it wants something sweet, and then now it wants something salty again. It's just the way that our taste buds and our minds are. So those are some things to be thinking about as you're at home during COVID. You have way more opportunity to eat. You have way more opportunity to eat as a family. Some of your challenges involve you actually cooking those meals. The last thing that I wanted to cover was this sort of idea that Canada Food Guide puts out, where our plate is divided into fruits and vegetables here, grains is a quarter over here, and oops, no, that's meat. That's meat, Mrs. Ong. Meat, eggs, protein, that is a quarter of our plate, and our grains are here another quarter of our plate. So I want you to be thinking about that as you make your meal for yourself, or your mom scoops it up and you normally maybe have like twice as many grains or carbohydrates as you do vegetables. You just, again, aware of how we're eating and how we're fueling our body. Okay, have a great day.